NBA star Steph Curry is making his presence felt even as he recovers from a knee injury. In the wake of the Stephon Clark shooting, Curry is speaking up about how athletes can help bring about change. Curry talked to Bill Reiter, host of Reiter's Block on CBS Sports HQ. Take a listen.
Thrilled to go to Oakland, California and be joined by two-time MVP, two-time NBA champion Steph Curry. Thanks to our friends at Brita and thanks to Steph for joining us. Appreciate you very much. Let's jump right into it. Start with the knee, Steph. What's the latest and latest on when you expect to be back?
Knee's coming along pretty well. It is an injury that is going to take 3 weeks at least, so I'm staying patient. And hopefully once the playoffs come around, I'll be in good position to get back on the court as soon as possible, join my teammates, and be ready for this stretch run, chasing another championship.
Steph, for yourself, you've won back-to-back MVPs, obviously. You're 7th all-time in three-pointers made, and you and your teammates have helped redefine a new era in basketball. If you can, look long-term for us for a second. From a legacy perspective, what do you want people to say about Steph Curry, the player, a generation from now?
I think mostly I was a winner and champion, and really, got better every single year. I know a lot of people are talking about, changing the game and the way that the game is looked at now versus when I came into the league, and how, important shooting the three ball is, and, from a guard standpoint, using that as a threat, like that's something that it's just who I am as a player, something I've embraced, and something that is, made me who I am. So I don't really know how that's going to be contextualized when it's all said and done, but I got hopefully a lot of great years left in my prime, and at the end of the day, I just want to be known as a guy that just loved playing basketball, got better, and won at a very high level.
Steph, like a lot of your colleagues in the NBA, you've used your platform to make a difference, including Brita, which we'll talk about here in just a second. I want to ask you about the killing of Stephon Clark by police in Sacramento. It's the latest example of the league playing a very active role in these kinds of issues in American life. For you personally, how important is it that you and the NBA are at the forefront of these kind of moments in America?
I mean, everybody has a voice. Everybody has an opportunity to stand for something and to speak how they feel. And I think as NBA players, we've done a great job of embracing that responsibility and giving a voice for, and being a voice for people that don't have one for themselves. So you see what happened in Sacramento. You see what's happened across the league when it comes to any issue. And I know us NBA guys are not afraid of that opportunity. So using it for good, trying to create a conversation and move the needle, for change and for good, and we're on that mission for sure.
Steph, I know you got to run, and we really appreciate the time. Before we let you go, and speaking of activism, you're working with Brita to help provide clean drinking water to students, and you're joining us from a development center in Oakland. Why is this important to you, and how can people get involved?
This is important because it's a nationwide issue, not only here in the Oakland School District, but across the country. How many schools are dealing with contaminated water and relying on water bottles to offer clean, safe, or offer clean choices of water for their students. So me partnering with Brita on the Filter for the Future campaign, $1 or $1 from every sale of a long last filter or pitcher is going towards providing hydration stations for schools across the country that are dealing with lead and contaminated water issues. And obviously that's great for the students, great for the schools, but also great for the environment and reducing the waste that's being caused by how many water bottles are being used across the country. So I think that's how you can get involved, that's how you can support the cause and protect our future with our youth.
Steph, really appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing you back on the floor very soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And joining me now to talk more about the interview, Bill Reiter, host of Reiter's Block on CBS Sports HQ. Well, congratulations. That was a fun interview to hear.
It was a thrill.
Talk about it. But, he also talked about Stephon Clark and the importance to be a voice. much of an impact do you think that's going to have in the league and beyond?
I think it's enormous. Outside of LeBron James, Steph Curry's voice is the most important in the league, and it continues a pretty recent tradition of this league being very progressive in terms of being out there on these sort of topics. Obviously, Steph is in California. They're not far from Sacramento, in the Bay Area. It's a very significant voice in this conversation.
Curry told you that you talked about legacy, which is crazy for me because I think he's going to play till he's like 99 at this point. He's just, so athletic and so good. What do you think his legacy will be?
I mean, he sort of nailed it, I think, on the answer. He's 7th all-time in three-point shooting. He really is the guy that helped recalibrate the way we view now, not just the NBA, but college basketball. Villanova won that national championship last night, modeling in a lot of ways what Steph Curry helped create in Golden State. It'll be one of the great players of all time, the greatest shooter of all time if he stays healthy, and one of the people like Magic and Bird, like Jordan, who helped to redefine and evolve the game of basketball.
He seems like such a nice guy. Is he really like that in person?
I think he is. I don't know him as well as I know LeBron, but I was around him a lot as a writer before he really blew up. Yeah. And my impressions and talking to sources is he's actually a genuinely good dude.
Yeah, you get that sense, but you never know. You never know what you see.
80% confidence level. He's a really nice guy.
He's a nice guy. You guys also talk about MVP pick. What did he say?
Surprisingly, he went James Harden, which I know is the consensus pick around the league. I think LeBron should probably get a little more consideration, but the fact that Steph's a 2-time MVP, that Kevin Durant, had he been healthy, would be an MVP candidate, it's interesting that he was willing. I frankly didn't think he'd answer the question. We're used to folks sometimes dodging those questions. Steph was candid, and he said what I think a lot of basketball people think: it's James Harden's award to lose.
Fascinating interview. So good to see. Congratulations, Bill Reiter. Sounds like you're doing well over there at CBS Sports HQ. Thanks for joining us, Bill.
You bet.
And by the way, don't forget, you can watch Bill's show, Writer's Block, Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports HQ. All you have to do is head to cbssports.com for the full and complete interview with NBA superstar Steph Curry.